What's up, everybody? Eric here with another EWE review. Today we're talking about Picard, Star Trek Picard, Season 3, Episode 9. Before we get into that, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, let me know what you thought in the comments down below. Alright, guys. So, this episode is titled Vox. This is the 9th episode of the season. It was released on April 13, 2023. The cast includes, and remember, I'll do this in parts because it's a big cast, Patrick Stewart, Jerry Ryan, Jonathan Frakes, Ed Spielers, Todd Stashwick, Gates McFadden. Hold a pause real quick. They have a great episode. Let's move on now to the other group. Michael Dorn, LeVar Burton, Brent Spiner, Ashley Sharp-Chestnut, Marina Sirtis, and Michelle Hurd. Again, they also had a good episode as well. I can't wait for next week's. The runtime is 47 minutes. Basic plot of this episode, we finally see what's going to be behind the red door. It's not bad. But yeah, we finally see what's beyond the red door. We finally get to Frontier Day. We see what the actual plan of the bad guys were. And yeah, that's basically the episode. We see what the actual plan was all along. Alright, so let's now move on to my spoiler-free thoughts on the episode, guys. So, I really enjoyed this episode. It tugged at my heartstrings. I thought what ended up being behind the red door, I will say, I didn't think they were going to do it. And I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing. However, for the crew that they had here, the story that Star Trek has been telling for years, and I mean from Next Generation, even in Star Trek Picard, I think it made sense. I'm not sure if everyone's going to agree with that, but to me it made sense, and I thought it made sense for the plan of what the enemy was doing. I was like, okay, this makes way more sense than what I thought it could have been. So that was really cool to me. I thought everyone got their moments, and it was cool seeing the old team back together. The end of the episode, there is a moment in the episode where I was like, damn it, they really did this, and I'll get that talk about that in the spoiler section, but they ended up doing something I was hoping they didn't do, because I really thought we could get there without doing it, but I guess I was wrong. And then in the ending, oh man, it tugged at my heartstrings. I was like, no, they didn't do it. And I should have known they did. But, oh man, this was just so cool how they did things, guys. I really enjoyed this. So, let's move on to my score because I really want to get to the spoiler section. I'm giving this episode a 9 out of 10. Amazing. I thought for what they had and the plan the enemies had, I was like, you guys did build up to this. It's like, it makes sense in the end that that's what you actually did. So, I know not everyone's going to agree with that, and I think I might have some personal biases here, but I really enjoyed it. So I definitely recommend you go watch this episode, guys. I recommend you watch this season. Star Trek is in high point recently, and I'm really enjoying it all. I can't wait for Lower Decks and Strange New Worlds to be back in a couple months. So yeah, guys, I really recommend you go watch this. I'm going to go into the spoiler section now, so if you're not joining us for spoilers, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe to the channel. And yeah, let me know what you guys thought in the comments down below. But let's move on to the spoiler section, guys. So let me give you your warning. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright, guys. Woo! I've been wanting to talk about this episode for a while. I wanted to get this review out sooner, but had some issues over the weekend and I wasn't able to get around to it. But, whoa. Okay, so first we start off with Deanna and Jack are at the door inside Jack's mind. Deanna opens the door, and we actually go out, and we don't see necessarily what she saw just yet. Deanna then races to go talk to Picard and Beverly, and then she tells them she knows what's behind the door. And a lot of people had probably guessed this before. I didn't want to think it was that because I was like, I don't think they're going that direction. Turns out it was the Borg. The Borg are the masterminds behind all of this. Then Picard has to go have a conversation with Jack about it. And you can tell he doesn't feel comfortable saying this. He basically, because how did the Borg get into Jack? The only way they did is because Picard was Locutus. They left something in that syndrome and thought the aromatic syndrome. That's not what that was. The Borg put something in Picard's head. And it was like, I think we always think of the Borg as them being very cybernetic, but they also have a lot of organic components. They put an organic component inside Picard. And it moved on also to Jack. So Picard hates himself for sure for what happened. So Picard's talking to Jack about it, and Jack wants to just leave to go do his thing. However, security comes in to stop them. However, Jack's abilities, he was able to turn security against Picard, and then Jack escapes. So that really sucks. And Jack gets on a ship and he like takes off, and you just feel bad for everyone. Picard even says like he got the best of you and the worst of me, and you just feel for Picard. I really hope they turn it around in the finale, because Picard's really down on himself. And he's sad, and the person that comes in to comfort him is Data, and it's a really touching moment. I really love this. I was just like, two characters that they've always had that mentor-mentee moment, but Data just putting his hand on him, it's like, you can feel that. And I really enjoyed seeing that. Alright, so then Jack ends up finding the Borg. He's on the ship, he finds them. Stupid kid. And then we actually go to, Geordi found out what Picard, Picard had, like that it was the Borg. This is where they actually find out, like, oh, they put a Borg thing in your head, and that they've actually used that code somewhere. We get more explanation in a little bit, but yeah, Frontier Days finally started, and we see the Enterprise F. So this is really cool, guys. We saw this in an earlier trailer, but yeah, we see the Enterprise F, and not only that, it's Admiral Shelby, who's the one that's commanding the Enterprise at the moment. And I was just like, yep, the Borg are back, and of course Shelby's there. And she's like a 5-star admiral, she's higher than Picard, and it's like, yeah, cool. But it's like, Picard's still cooler than you. But yeah, guys, so she's back around. Jack is then with the Borg, and you can tell he thinks he can stop it. In his mind, he's like, yes, I can do it. But no, he ends up getting assimilated. And then we actually found out what they used with Picard's DNA. They ended up, so something that they wondered earlier is, how did Jack control the officers? They can understand, so from what they understand, Jack is, the Borg thing can make him control other Borgs. However, no one else is a Borg. How is he able to control them? Picard's DNA allows him to do that. Picard's DNA makes him like a receiver, and Jack is like a transmitter, so he can send the commands to everyone. And what they did is they used a transporter, gave everyone common code, like when they use the transporters, of Picard's DNA, so now Jack can control all of them if he wants. So Jack is assimilated, and yeah, Picard's DNA has been put on everyone, and then the Borg start their master plan. And it turns out that Picard's DNA can only be controlled by Jack for people that are 25 and younger. So a lot of the young crew members start to get assimilated on the Titan and across the fleet. This is Frontier Day. All the ships are together. And then we get into like the sad moment. We see like Sydney being controlled, Alondra being controlled. It's just sad. We see all these crewmen, like they can't do anything about it. And then we see Shelby getting shot. As the members of the Titan, our main crew, is trying to escape, they end up getting a transmission from the Excelsior. And although the Excelsior, they were able to get their ship back because they're in this system, this computer system where all the ships are controlled together. All they did is they moved the Excelsior in front and they just destroyed it. We don't actually see it get destroyed, but we see like the screens like of what they did to it. Okay, so then the crew's trying to escape, and they know how to get out. There's like a maintenance shuttle they can take. And there's this funny moment where Data's being very negative, and Geordi tells him, Data, you need to be more positive. And Data's like, I hope we die fast or quick. It was just like, what the hell, Data? That was like very insane. But you remember, yeah, Data is still Data, so that was really cool. And then the scene that I said earlier, like, oh no, I was hoping they didn't do this. They kill Shaw. Shaw is killed by one of the crew members, shoots him. He gets shot, and yeah, he dies. But he has a great moment where like Seven's like calling him captain. He's just like, I'm not the captain anymore. You have the con. 7 of 9, and then he dies. It's like, oh, he called her 7 of 9, and then he kicked the bucket. Like, damn, that sucks. So now the Borg have control of the fleet, and it looks like they're gonna try and destroy a space dock. It's really sad. It's just like, damn, the all is lost moment. But then we get like I said, it was really dark right there. But then we get one of the coolest scenes probably ever. We end up finding out where Geordi want to take them. It turns out it's the Fleet Museum. So they go back to the Fleet Museum, and there's inside Cargo Bay 12, we see the Enterprise D. Geordi has rebuilt it. It is a really cool scene. We've seen the Enterprise D again. And then when you see them on the bridge, and it looks like the same set, but like not the same one from before. Like they upgraded it, but it still looks like it's from that time period. And it is just such an amazing moment. I'm just like, the D is back. Remember, they made that joke earlier in the season, like, oh, the fat one's like, yeah, the fat one's coming to save the day. And it just feels fitting. Like, this is truly the Next Generation season 8, and I'm loving it. I can't wait to see what they do with the next episode, guys. I thought this was incredible. I was having so much fun, and just seeing the Enterprise D, and then with the end when he says, engage, and he actually gets demoted into the ship saying that he's Captain Picard. It was just a really cool scene. I loved it. I can't wait for the finale. I think this is going to be a great finale, and I hope I'm not let down. Like I said, I'm giving this a 9 out of 10. I think it was amazing. But thank you for watching, guys. Please let me know what you thought in the comments down below. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I do. The next review will be Picard episode 10, and then I'll have a season review next week. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.